Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Team Frizzy. I want to give a warning. This is my first talk video, so I may do a little yapping. So I do apologize for that. I feel like there's a lot of things that I need to say, that I need to address, and that I need to talk about. First and foremost, I would like to thank each and every one of you for liking my videos, watching my videos, commenting in my videos. That really inspires me to make more videos and more content for you guys. And because you got my last DK Stormhaven video to 50 likes like I asked or requested, I'm going to go ahead and drop some build videos for you guys. It'll be split up into multiple videos just to avoid a super lengthy video for you guys with multiple different builds in it and just confusion. So first and foremost, I would like to give a shout out to everybody in those videos. None of it was personal, none of it was beef. It was just displaying how far I've come in dueling, in the dueling scene. And it was just more of a personal feat more than an expose, like, look at this guy losing to me. All those guys I've lost to. They're all super good players, and especially in the DK video, those guys are like tournament worthy players entering into tournaments and just competing at the highest level in this game. A special super shout out goes to Meep, somebody who has really taught me almost everything that I know in dueling and has really mentored me and showed me so much. Really helps, man. I spend hours upon hours each day dueling him and just getting farmed by him, and sometimes I win, sometimes I don't. It's just the way the game goes. But I always walk away from those duel sessions learning something, seeing things that I need to change in terms of CP, whether it's abilities, ultimates, whatever. And that is one thing that I would like to tell you guys, is that these builds that I'm going to drop, use them as templates and then alter them to adjust to your play style and the way that you play. So with that being said, this is an add-on called Superstar. This puts everything into a nice little sheet for you guys. And one thing you may or may not know is these colors here tells you the weight. So red is heavy, green is medium, and blue is light. So this is going to be the open world variant of my SorcBladePlar. Now you can base Sorc, you can base Templar, or you can base Nightblade. It really doesn't matter. Mine just happens to be Sorc. The only time that really matters is when you're using your class script. So we don't really use a class script for this build, so you can base any of them. Now, I have 2 heavy, 4 medium, 1 light. And this is the open world variant of this build. Not much changes from open world to dueling. But for open world, you're going to want Roxa, because you do want that extra sustain that it does give. This build is very resource hungry, I guess you could say, or you just need that extra sustain, in my opinion. You can make it work with like Balorgs for the extra pen, but you don't really see a huge benefit with Balorg because Crescent is such a cheap ultimate. So I use Roxa, and that's what I prefer. But feel free to sort of experiment. All of the enchants on the gear is going to be tri-stat. All of the traits on the gear is going to be impen, except on your heavy is going to be reinforced. We have One Piece Trainee. We have Order's Wrath front bar. and Rallying Cry back bar. Now, for the jewelry, I have Infused, and I have 1 Magicka, 1 Weapon and Spell, and 1 Stamina enchant. Again, you can adjust this to whatever you want. Because we are in update 47 now, we do lose weapon and spell damage on our Merciless Resolve. So if you did want to gain some of that back, you could change the mag and the stam recovery to weapon and spell, back to weapon and spell. However, again, this is what I prefer, and this is what I like to play, fitting my play style. If you're better managing your resources, then you could put some of that weapon and spell back into your jewelry. We have Nirnhone on the main hand with poison. We have Precise on the offhand with disease. And for the back bar, we have defending with weapon and spell. This is a base for your CP. You can always change this to fit your playstyle. But as a base, this isn't going to steer you wrong. Now, again, if you wanted to gain more of that weapon and spell, you can put this on. You can slot this. If you want more damage, you can slot these. So there's just a lot that you can change to fit your playstyle. And with my build, I am now putting Blinding Flare where I used to have Camo Hunter for the Prophecy and Savagery buff, since we now get it on Merciless Resolve. However, if you really wanted to, you can put anything there, really. You can go with an Execute. And for the ultimate, you can use this ultimate. You can use Dawnbreaker, Incap, whatever. For me personally, the reason I use Crescent is because when you're fighting in open world, I think having an AoE ultimate is a bit more valuable. And when you're fighting really good players, a lot of them are blocking, tap blocking, and constantly blocking your your incaps. And when it comes to dueling, pretty much the only thing I change is the monster set. I go with Kjellnir's, and instead of Streak, I go with Javelin. But in open world, mobility is king, and Streak is far too valuable to not use. You can also, for the red CP, put in Celerity here. This is like one of the flex spots that I do use, depending on group comp and what I'm running into that day, mostly. But for the most part, Juggernaut is a very safe choice for more reduction. So these are the scripts that I have. So this is the open world variant. And then if I was going to make it into a dueling variant, this is what I would change. This is what it looks like buffed up. So I'm getting 51, 39 weapon and spell. Not bad. Like I said, you could make it higher. my crit damage is over cap, which is fine. My critical is 52%. So because I'm over cap, it helps you with your crit damage against people that are running Rallying Cry. And even the crit resist CP. So that is my dueling variant and my open world variant of this build. This will be my SorcBlade build that you see in the SorcBlade montage. And I did make a corrosive version of this build. It's pretty much all the same thing minus the Adrix Spear line, and I picked up a DK line for corrosive. I wanted to see how it would do. It's okay. I thought it was going to be better because in theory you're gaining max pen on a max crit build. Oh, I'm sorry. For the food, we run Orzogas. But again, you can play around with this build. This is the template for you guys. This is just like a bonus build that I'll throw in there for you guys. It's decent. I don't know. I feel like the mag recovery is kind of lacking compared to the other one when you're open world. This is my Disdain build. This one you do see in the video. So this one's 3 heavy, 3 medium, 1 light. You will see me in multiple Disdain builds. I just happened to land on this one as sort of being what I felt the most powerful out of all of those variations. Shout out to V-Crest. He's another super good dueler. Yeah, so I don't think Masters Perfected is the strongest option for a Disdain build. But since I had it, I made it. And I never really changed and sort of tested what I wanted to test to make this even better. But I think that Blood for Blood instead of Blood Craze is probably going to be better, but then you would drop Masters and you would probably pick up Monster Set instead, and then you would just put Disdain here for your weapons. But yeah, I'll be testing that in the future. I just have so many builds and stuff that I have to deal with first. But in terms of Sorc, man, that's pretty much it. And for this, we use Orzogas as well. Yep, that's this build. So thank you guys so much for watching, and if you have any questions or if I didn't go over anything, feel free to comment and ask whatever you need to ask.